They just need to come over this way. You want me to tell them?
I'll tell them.
Okay. Come over to this one. The cool kids are over here. Hi, baby. That was a whole mess, wasn't it, Sean?
Yes, but it looks like we're good.
Are we good? Let me go, I just have to, like, step over this. Ooh! Let me go grab. People start, I can get it while people are filing in. Tell everybody to do single file.
Single file, guys.
Tell everybody. Okay. Single file, guys. I'm just gonna put this. You're right back over there.
Now we have more people waiting on the other one than we do, but they'll come over.
Just send the link to it.
Now we have more people waiting. All right, so internet not working, hotspot not working, data kind of working. So,
but now it's working, right?
Yeah, they're here. Hey guys, thanks for hanging out and switching over with us. We got a few things to talk about tonight.
First lesson in internet etiquette. Don't leave your people high and dry.
That's right. Internet etiquette. We need to talk about it. We need to talk about court cases.
No, but internet etiquette is make sure your internet works.
Make sure your internet
before you tell
works.
people that. Okay. Hey, Guinevere, we're here.
Hey I know. She's like, "Where's my ATX?" I can't carry a stream without you, baby.
That's so sweet.
I am merely the tool in this whole channel thing. They are here for you. And I say that only half joking. If I'm going to do this by myself, I'll do my little vlogs and all that. To the guys in the drama community, if you're not linked into a channel with the gals, stick to vlogs.
You heard it here first?
It's for the gals. We are just here for their amusement. Or if you hook up with one of them like I did.
I've only done like one live stream on ATX, in a while. And it's like, now she's live all the time. It was one time.
Oh yeah.
One time.
Don't worry about that.
Hey, Anna Nicole, good to see you. D. Higgins, good to see you. And Lady Guinevere. Who else? Kill with Kindness, love it. So my next endeavor is I'm getting ready to I'm going to have a garage sale. So I got all of the stuff ready to start pricing and stuff. It's going to take me at least a month and a half to get it all priced or whatever. But all of the proceeds from it, we're going to Colorado.
We're going to go to Colorado. I'm going to go in. You got to tell me the exact date. I think I heard what it was, but I'm going to do it on that Saturday.
Okay.
So the Saturday is
it's going to be a kiddo roundup. All the kiddos and hanging out. And mine.
Y'all want to go to Colorado with us?
It'll be fun.
There's probably, because of the time schedule, there's probably going to be some driving at night or during the day live streams.
Yeah, we're going to, hey, Caitlin, we're going to go out. We're going to go in the new car with the moonroof open. We were going to fly, but my in-laws would do great watching Sawyer. That's not it. I can tell Sean's kind of 10 days without Sawyer. I don't know. Even though he is not a legit registered service dog, he helps you with anxiety.
He's a good dog too. He's more of a crap head when he's home than when he's not home.
Well, and they have a new golden retriever puppy. My son does. Okay, look at him.
He got his hair cut.
Guys, every time they cut his hair, I'm a little bit at first. I'm like, I want his paws to grow back out. But really, they have to kind of cut it that short. They don't have to, and I always tell them, make sure you keep his little Shih Tzu tail. Right? Your little Shih Tzu tail? Yeah.
I'm going to pin that.
Because
there was Kill with Kindness. We appreciate you watching. You can comment anytime. Yeah. As long as you don't get into the crosshairs of some of our enemies. There was another comment, and I'm gonna jump out of the chat real quick because I wanted to shout them out. I didn't. Which one was it? It's somebody that came. They left a great comment. Said that they don't always comment, but they wanted us to know that they watch all the time.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, a couple people are like, finally, like, I've been waiting, waiting for someone to talk about some of this stuff and some of the other streams that are continually talking about whoever. So that was cool that they're like, I'm like, yeah, I'm just not gonna sit around anymore and just be like, you know what I mean? Like, I can play too. Right?
Okay.
Can I play in the sandbox too?
You can. The person is.
I'll share my sandcastles.
How do you say that?
Rick Stein.
Is Rick Stein Glea here? You left a comment about 4 streams ago, and the comment was, I'm not really new to your channel. I've been watching you from the day you both got together. I love your content. Really enjoy the chicken stories. I don't comment, but I thought I would let you know how much, and I did, you know, I went in there and
Very cool.
enjoy you both. Thank you, Rick Stein. I hope you're here tonight.
Very cool. He says that he's been watching since the day we got together. You were the one looking through the window at the Crown Royal.
Oh, that's the bear.
No, I'm just kidding.
For real.
We always used to joke there was a bear following us around at the cabin. He was like, you seen them?
No one is ever taken for granted.
No.
That's the thing.
No.
This isn't something, I mean, you guys, what do the rock stars always say when they go, you guys could be anywhere tonight and you chose to be here, or something.
And that, yeah, they pretty much say that.
Yeah.
That's cool. No, it's neat. I know we're not everybody's cup of tea and some people really don't like us, but we like to have fun.
We do.
Yeah.
We're always going to be here like a blackhead to some people because we just won't go away. We just come back like a pimple.
He said blackhead. Now I'm thinking about blackhead videos. I like blackhead videos.
So
what'd you do today, Sean? What'd we do?
Well, there was a court case today, though.
You're gonna talk about that first?
I do.
That's what I hear, Carlos. He's gonna go to Rikers.
I know. Why is he going to Rikers? Did he get in trouble?
He's gonna be with the toughest of the tough.
Yeah.
Hey, Lisa.
Hussey's been real squirrely about things lately.
Can I say it's cool to see Carlos because I never really thought Carlos was like.
If Carlos Martinez makes his way into your streams, you got supremo trolls. You're real relevant.
I've said hi to him before, and other people's like for years I've said hi, and he never says hi back. So I was like, oh, he must think that I'm evil. So today, in case you didn't hear, because you know she's on Rumble and whatever, Yaba. Tried to
it's true, Carlos. It goes way back to the olden days.
To make a restraining order stick against
on who?
Negs.
Yeah.
And whether you like Negs in DC, you don't like Negs or DC, he's not a threat.
It's not.
He stays in his town.
It's not EPO material.
No. But once again,
Sam.
Yaba listened to her girlfriend who said, slam dunk, let's do it.
Sam gets people all worked up and then leaves them. She's routinely and systemically left Trisha out to dry.
So the funniest thing was you'll see this climbing around Twitter. It's an old post of hers from 2022 maybe, or 2020. Did you see it?
There's only 3 years.
Well, it says, I never lose in court.
Never lose. Yeah. Where was Daddy and Broho? So what happened was Yaba had court was today.
Thank you.
For Yaba to make this. I mean, I don't know. They were going to decide. I don't know the ins and outs of it, but come on, listen to me, people. The only reason they grant these cases, the only reason is when you have people in the same state. Yeah. We've seen it a lot in North Carolina. We're starting to see it a lot in Indiana. There's a lot of little pieces of litigation going back and forth right now.
Which is ultimately how eHeart got involved. They found someone who was in the same state.
Right. That's how you use people. You go, say that I want to get whoever. I want to get Katie in trouble. She's in Indiana or whatever. I find somebody in that state.
Thank you, Dark Horse.
Use them to, because they can go and get a court case much easier. Anyway, Yaba, look, we know that your girlfriend, we think it's your girlfriend. It's a little bit suspect now, but don't think that there's trouble in paradise. But Sam had to tell a court that she was sleeping with Arabia to get that EPO to even stick. She had to turn it into a domestic. Now, protective orders are more valid when they're domestic, meaning that it's, parties that are connected romantically. That's how you get orders to get them to take them more seriously and even grant them temporarily.
And Arabia said she don't like fat white women.
She doesn't. So that's what Sam had to do. So she did know that, but here she is. She should have. Why didn't you tell Yaba?
Yes, I'm going to talk about that, Sarah.
Why didn't you tell Yaba that she said she had to be doing negs to get the EPO to stick? Or did you not believe that? Yaba, your girl has got an EPO to work because she said she was romantically involved. It's the only way it's going to work. You gassed your girl up, Sam, said get him, and she looks stupid AF right now.
You got to point the finger. That's what they like to talk about.
You look stupid, Sam. Again, you gassed up your girlfriend, and she lost.
And I've seen some of the things she's posting. She's not doing very well. Hey, Loretta, she's not doing very well. The news heard the stench of desperation was flowing over the West Coast all the way up from Mask Up, babes. So earlier, and I only got to listen to some of it while I was kind of getting ready, but the Beast did a stream, and she was like trying to cover everybody's bases or whatever.
Paula, how are you doing, Paula?
And she wanted to once again like throw and make spaghetti stick about Paula's family and the criminal and this and that. So she doubled down and talked about Mama Ricky and Mama Ricky's brother and what he had done and how that sucks bad enough. But the thing that's really bad is that she said Mama Ricky is not a girl, he's a boy. And made it clear that she refuses to use his preferred pronoun.
Which way are we swinging today, TT?
Yeah.
Which way are we swinging?
You don't know which way that... So that's super hurtful, but then we know that you would do something like that because you're not actually bisexual. You're really not even straight.
Here's the thing. I know that that one doesn't have a gay bone in her body. It doesn't even like sex, to be honest. But when she does, it's with a dude.
Yeah. And then the two pictures that I did take back down off of my community page is because I didn't want to see them anymore, but there was nobody made me take it down. Let me remind you, the first thing you posted this morning was Buns's troll vid, and it said yeasty cousin, bluer cousin, whatever it was. So that was what was this morning. I thought, oh, well, fun. So it's community fun day. I thought
community fun day.
We're posting community things that are fun. Well, this is
February
fun.
20th is YouTube Community Fun Day.
Right.
Everybody go.
So I found a couple of fun screenshots or whatever, and they don't worry about where they came from, but it certainly was what you posted yourself. And you're like, oh, I only had one ginger because I said that wasn't COVID boyfriend, Liam from the Angry Ginger.
Liam, that was the other. That's
the one
other
you also
redhead,
admitted.
right?
You said there was another one, so that's the other redhead.
I mean, I don't even know what's going on, but Liam is definitely a name that would be associated to a place called the Angry Ginger.
Exactly.
If there's any.
He wasn't a bad looking dude, but he hit the road real fast.
Yeah.
But not before she snapped a picture of the old eggplant. And then I know, Sarah, trust me, when I heard it, I did this. I told Sean, I said, this is fucked up. So that's just it. I don't know why Trisha continues. Hey, Clara, I don't know why she continues to try to drag people because she's not good at it. It's when she does it, it sounds very silly and very discombobulated, almost like a third grader. Mm-hmm. You know, well, she did this and she did that.
And here, let me look.
Yeah, let me do a body check. And anyway, so exactly. So here's the thing regarding Mama Ricky. That's fucked up.
Then that took our monetization right away, and we don't even care. But you are letting Sam off the hook early.
Oh no. Well, now DC's back. So
I don't know if you heard the first few minutes there, DC, but we were just pointing out how Sam once again has let whoever she's
put batteries in the back of her girlfriend. Isn't that what she says about us?
Oh, really? Put batteries in there? I don't know about that, but Sam.
Hey, Jocelyn.
Stop with the gas. Stop with the high octane with Yaba, getting her to believe that she was going to get an order to stick. Okay? You used to be in Trisha's ear. Take him to court. Make him fly from Texas. Make them fight, girl. You go in there and you look like you're broed hard and put up wet, and they'll listen to you. And they didn't. Yaba, girl, take him to court. Trust me, I got an EPO to stick. I did. Yeah.
But you got to sound more like where you got to go,
But Sam, honey, didn't you tell everybody that you were sleeping with Arabia? So just tell them you're sleeping with Nags. Tell them that it'll... No, I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that. Well, just, you go, girl. You get that EPO. You just gas. Denied. So once again, Sam, I said this in the beginning. I'll say it again. Sam is making Yaba's life miserable. Her life, she is not a better version of herself on the internet, as we can see. And I doubt off the internet, she's doing as well as she did 2.5, 3 years ago when she made the mistake of letting Sam go to bed with her.
Yeah, you're right about that.
So there's that. Sam, stop messing up people's lives, okay?
Your daddy
stop
and your
leaving
brother,
them out to dry.
Your daddy and your brother are not like gonna come sweep in and give you a legal victory. Hey, Miss J, I was just looking for the one where a bunch of people posted it. Let me go into mine, and it said that she never wins. I never lose to court. Here it is, right here. I do not lose in court. Mm-hmm. Never have, never will.
So in order for her...
Hold on. Anyone else want to try me? It's literally what I do best.
So you can double down and say you're not with Yaba and Yaba did that all on her own. Or you're ride or die and just say, we took an L on that one. And
then supposedly they had some YouTube attorney.
That's it. That was my other point.
Yeah. DC, don't they have some attorney that's in the community that
they're definitely a YouTube attorney.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think
attorney is a step up from an outhouse lawyer.
They're slumming with us in the YouTube. Their lawyer was a disgrace. See, that's were they all...
Their lawyer was a disgrace.
I know you can't
pin that.
I know you can't like take pictures and stuff with those hearings. It's like a felony. But were they both on camera or just one? That's what I wanted to know. Were they both from the support group? But that's what I was thinking. And they took, oh my gosh. Yeah. But were they both on the Zoom or whatever, or just one of them? Everybody takes everybody to court. I'm going to calm down. I know, Sarah, trust me. Like I was saying to Sean when it happened, I was like, that is so messed up. That is so hurtful. Jude's here. Hi, Jude.
I wish I'd told you to pull up some comment where Yaba's always talking about her lawyer. She's always in chats going, my lawyers told me to settle down. They're lucky that my lawyer told me to take a chill pill. You got a lawyer.
Yaba was on cam. Okay. Oh. And she couldn't wear a hat or anything, right? Mm-hmm. She had to have just herself on cam. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Okay.
So what I don't know if she can explain. I've been in a couple of cases.
I couldn't listen to I tried to, hold on, I tried to watch the Rumble, like the replay, because we were in the restaurant. I couldn't get it to go past the opening song. Like the song that said the stream will start soon. I kept trying to fast forward and I couldn't drag it. So I'm going to have to really start doing it on my laptop.
There's a few of us that are trying to figure Rumble out.
Yeah.
To throw some support to a few of you, DC being one of them. We're trying to figure out, it might be just because the internet where we're at. I don't know.
It might be.
It seemed like there's some bugs in the...
Well, I'm going to try it again. You're on Rumble, Sarah? I'm going to try it again. I think the laptop would be the easier thing to do it on. So she got shot down.
The freaking Yaba with the super lawyer who... I mean, I just love those comments when they're like, my lawyers tell me this. Shut the fuck up.
We'll get used to it. Everybody will get used to that kind of like, figuring out how best to use it. I think I'm going to start backing up my old videos to Rumble. I'm so like, I always request a manual review for the monetization so it won't be limited and so that it'll be, and normally it goes through and they say we've reviewed it and it's eligible for full monetization, but I don't know what stops it from being. I doubt they had to pay him, Miss J. She probably didn't have to pay the lady because the lady was just wanting to, like their attorney was just from that little support group.
I'm telling you, I love our community, our smutty community.
We're blurry.
But are we? I'm not blurry there. We're not blurry
sure.
there. I don't know if I'd want my lawyer, here's some money. I need you to do this work for me. And just come into a live stream, and just yuck it up with us. I don't know if I would want that. My lawyer's probably there to do one thing for us, and it's like when I had a lawyer with what's her name. He didn't care about the situation at first. We just tell him, the legal part of what the charge was, and he gave us a fee, and that's what a really good lawyer does. He just goes to brass tacks and doesn't put emotions involved with it. Yeah. After a while, he had to go, the heck with this. But it's like our attorney. He was like, when we said, how bad are you going to go after her? And he said, it just depends on how much she pisses me off. Yeah. They try to stay out of it.
So that's the question I have. So if we request a manual review, so we don't get paid anything until it goes through. So the views that come before they approve it are not monetized. Is that right? They're not monetized? I thought it would give for all of them, but I guess you have to be at full monetization to get it met all. I don't really understand how AdSense really even works. I
hadn't used Tomahawk in so long that it demonetized. I needed to have a certain amount, the partnership thing. So I got to get cracking on with that one. But
so one of the things,
I know very little about how to do that stuff.
Well, we have it connected to the one thing.
We're seriously connected.
I know. One of the things that always seems to be people will say, well, I would be seen, but I don't want Sam to drag me, and I don't want her to talk about me. And I get it. You don't want her to attach herself to you and spend years talking about you. But first, she's got to have a vested interest. Mm-hmm. You've got to have at some point hurt her, pissed her off, rejected her, right, something like that. And then she'll either track you down to where you live and stalk you until you agree to meet her and learn everything about you. Or if you try to go your separate ways, when you realize what a toxic person she is, she will attach herself to talking about you for years and years and years. So thank you, Dee. Loving your channel. Thank you. Really, thank you.
Thank you, Dee. I think it's all tied into her just abandonment issues, though. Yeah. I mean, really, she has to crush and defeat before she feels crushed and defeated. But when
she says things like, they'll be in handcuffs before whatever, and does she really think it's going to happen?
And that's the thing is, when are people going to have the balls to go back to her and go, hey, look, you said this months ago, or you said this a few weeks ago. Why are you so full of crap?
Well, I mean, they told Katie you had flat already lost your job.
Yeah, I know.
So
I know.
Oh, and then someone was trying to get on me when you said you weren't going to go for a full-blown alcoholic and talk about her and this and that about Katie. I changed my mind. That was before she started bringing bartenders home.
We haven't even started with that one because
that was before she started bringing bartenders home.
Oh my God. I will even say that we watched that. We didn't even go live last night. We enjoyed each other's company and
all fun and games until the wife calls.
Oh my God. Guys, I'll have to say, all right, so when we checked in with Katie, and I want to touch on Hussey too for a second, because Hussey has a GoFundMe for an attorney too. Is there an attorney that'll take that dude seriously? He seriously looks like a Muppet. I'm going to say it every time I get a chance. He looks like a Muppet. He looks like a cartoon character. It doesn't. I don't care if you're gay, straight, whatever it is. There is nothing sexy and not goofy about Hussey. He is a goofy dude.
Yeah.
And so he has been spun. Hussey, look, you don't need an attorney, okay? You just need to not hide behind, the outrageous wigs and the glasses.
Yes.
Here's a guy he's got the wig, the glasses on, and an Adam's apple that bulges out like the biggest dude Adam's apple.
Well, that's not.
No, he's goofy.
He is goofy. But yeah. No.
You don't agree with me on that?
I agree with that he's goofy, but I don't want just because some people have to get that removed or whatever.
Well, no, but the point is he doesn't even do a good job with the character that he's trying to.
Now you are right.
That's what I mean. It's like a half-assed job. It's like I could go in and put a wig on and put some lipstick on and probably look way better than that dude. He looks like a clown.
Yeah.
Some dudes,
She is live with him again tonight. Yep.
Freaking, doll up a little bit and jump on camera, and they look good. They look pretty. They look like they want to look. He just looks like a bad Halloween character gone wrong.
Right. I just meant if he's transitioning. I don't know.
I don't think there's no way he can be.
Well, I don't know.
I don't think better if he grew a beard out like Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah, possibly.
Anyway.
No, I'm not. No, you're right. I was just like, I don't know if he's like transitioning or not.
The point is when he was sitting there trying to solicit money for his attorney.
Okay, he's not trans. So then that makes sense.
I mean, I didn't think so. And so I see where Mandi was going. She was like, well, pump the brakes. Let's not offend, somebody or something.
Yeah.
I get that. But I couldn't in my right mind, his friend, somebody who likes him, has to pull him aside and go,
hey, Stitching.
You look like you slept on the train tracks.
Well, when he goes to court, he can't wear all that.
He can't wear all that.
He can't wear all that. So I would imagine he might take a deal if something was offered, and if he agreed to, she made an offer like you start going real live, stop and I'll drop it.
Two things.
What will he do with the $3,000 he raised?
Yeah, because he's not going to spend it on a lawyer. The people that are giving him that $3,000, he may call up a lawyer and he's going to say, "I've got this money. What can you do?" And the lawyer's going to say, "Keep your money. You don't." That's the first thing, because you don't have a case. Or if there is really a case against him.
There is really a case against him.
I know there is, but not knowing exactly all the details, because I don't know that. You can't take him serious. There's not an attorney out there that's going to take him serious.
Yeah, that's true. You're very right about that. Well, and the thing is this seems to happen a lot. Like, so he's like, I need the attorney because after we get done with her, get the restraining order dropped, I'm then going to have him give her one, but it's okay. No, you're paying for him to defend you against this situation. The same court thing isn't like, no, I'm denying that. There's nothing. And then he goes, well, it's a whole different case.
Right.
If he filed one that he wanted one against her, it's not going to be that same day. The $3,000 you're paying is so that attorney can get that dropped that day.
Yep.
It's not a catch-all. Where you're like, well,
it's not for this case.
Does that make us? Yeah.
And a countersuit.
When people start saying that, it's like, but the $3,000 will leave that day, and they'll have one against her. It's like it doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work that. Now the attorney might say, "I'll take $1,500 for this day in court," and then after that day in court, if we think that there's something, then I'll take the other $1,500 to get started on something else.
Exactly. So, that's the thing that people always throw around, and it's like, because if I can get this $3,000 that day, I'm gonna have them do this, that. I'm gonna have them tell. It doesn't work that way.
And you know that because of the situation we were in. When we had to go to court on some bullshit, and my attorney took Mandi pro bono and was able to tie it in nicely because it was a domestic, because this was my soon-to-be ex-wife, a domestic order that she wanted against me, and roped in my romantic, my partner here. So he was able to actually take her on in the same case without charging another fee or something.
Exactly.
Like that.
Yeah, I can imagine that an attorney in New York City is fairly expensive.
That's true. I didn't think about that.
$3,000 is not going to get you.
$3,000 is probably equal to $800 in North Carolina.
Exactly. Now, as far people are saying, did you see last night? Yes, we saw, and about that he's still over there today.
Yeah, let's do that one.
The first thing that I noticed about him is he is in liver failure. No, I'm not a doctor. I'm not at all. But then he mentioned when his wife called, he mentioned she said your liver and whatever. He's very, very jaundiced. I don't know. Oh my God, this is that freaking weirdo's wife. Can you hide it? Emma's she's Hat Man's wife. Okay. Yeah.
You want me to hide that?
Yeah, she's coming in here to bitch at Khaki.
Okay.
Like, what a weirdo. Anyway.
Bye-bye, Emma. Bye-bye. He looks sick, Kane. That's right, Kane.
Very sick. In his eyes and his thing and everywhere. And so they drank a tremendous amount, but then the wife calls. And remember I always told you when people are really drunk, they go, shh, shh, shh. Like, so she kept going, I'm like, we're all like in the audience. They can't hear us.
Real quick, Miss J. So she said, "So help me out, briefs." Yaba had a case against Negs that was dropped. That's the short, sweet story. I transitioned a little bit into another case that's pending. So that's Miss J. That's what that's all about.
Yes. Though I eventually fell asleep. They must have been smoking the crazy stuff too, because he went and made some cheese and eggs or something and brought it out there. And I thought she was going to make love to the food. She liked it that much. She just kept talking about how amazing it was and this and that. So his wife called. He says he's been with her since he was 17, that this and that, some of the other. She's in Texas apparently, and they were going to try to make it work, and he quit drinking and then whatever. And then it went back to it. But she did say, like, you heard him talking to her about the concern for his health.
Yeah, and the whole time, he's kind of like, if we're offset, like say I took a phone call and I went back about 8 feet, and Katie is
exactly
looking at the camera like, I got your guy. And it was really weird. It was really eerie. There's certain people that have, without mentioning any names, that kind of have a certain MO and a certain fulfillment with married men.
The guy in Miss J, the guy in MFW stream tonight, he was there last night too.
His third night, I think.
And he was only on stream last night for a little while when they doxed his entire
Yeah.
who he was. It didn't appear that he's a bartender, but
no.
Exactly, Paula. That's what she did.
When you look at him, when Katie was saying, "Oh, look," and she was explaining her mods and explaining it as he's just staring into the stream. You remember last night he was just kind of like, he was looking at the comment. He went head first down the rabbit hole.
And Katie, you never had 3,000 or 4,000 people in your chat, even with your big channel. You never had that. You had 1,000, sometimes maybe close to 100. You never had 4,000 people in your chat.
And you weren't as wasted as you are now when you maintained a channel like that.
Well, I kept thinking those teeth were gonna come. She was eating and she's got those fake teeth in or whatever. And
she was like orgasmic over the cheese and
I was like, they must be
brought her.
smoking a little devil's lettuce if it's that good. But then anyway, so I fall asleep. That's what I'm saying. Sean made that point that how could they let him be a bartender when he's obviously very sick?
Right. Yeah. I mean, there has to be some moral dilemma. He looked, and again, we're not medical personnel, but you could see the kind of the yellowish through the screen. He seemed very jaundiced, to start.
Hey, Terry.
But so I was thinking if he was a bartender, if I owned a bar, I don't care what kind. The bottom line is, can he make money? But if someone came to me as a bartender and I needed a bartender and I could probably size him up and say, I don't think I want him around my alcohol.
Well, nobody. I mean, he's very
just ethically,
and it may be a disease other than alcoholism that's making it compromised. But he is a veteran, and he said that he had been in Afghanistan. That made me sad, because
if that's in
our
fact
veterans
true.
are. And has anyone ever heard before Katie say that her mom was at the World Trade Center on 9/11?
She pulled that out, and that's something that if she was. Oh wow! I mean,
I don't think that she was
Katie,
though.
Katie says stuff like that. Like all of a sudden, it just comes out of her mouth.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. I guess we'll finish Kate. Paula. We're going to talk about that too. The doxing of a retired physician that they're trying to say is her father, which apparently now. All of our friendships make sense. The reason we're so close and so and the reason we fiercely defend Paula is we're somehow on the gravy train. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. First of all, to our friend Paula who's in the chat, don't listen to.
Yes.
Listen to that side over there is never ever.
It was some good fun though. Robin was going to start.
Don't ever be concerned that there's any truth coming out of there or any influence.
Hey Kelly, and the thing is like if your A team is Boho, Robin, Seabreeze, and I don't know who the other one is. I can't think, but you're gonna constantly.
Maybe?
No, I don't think you're gonna constantly be fed bad information.
You see Nikki Rowe, that's one.
Oh, Lord, that girl. I don't think she goes into her chat. That's the thing.
No, but she's the one that likes to pop off with something that's got like 5% accuracy to it.
Okay. Stitching says, can someone tell Miss J I blocked her by accident and will unblock her later? Okay.
We can unblock her, can't we?
No. She blocked her personally.
Oh.
So I fall asleep and then I woke up and I see that it's still live, Katie, and I'm gonna let you look that for a second and keep up while because I want to make sure we pay attention. No, I just want to make sure that we don't miss anything. So you could see them sleeping on the couch. At first, I didn't know she was laying with him. I saw him and passed out on the couch, and then I saw what looked like to be blonde hair. So I backed it up. I backed the stream up to see exactly what happened before that because I backed that ass up. Oh, I miss her. I miss Let It Go. So they, I backed it up to when it happened. And let me tell you what, y'all might have seen it, but let me tell you what happened if you didn't catch it before it was on private. So he lays down on the couch. She rolls into the blanket with him and lays down in his arms or whatever, which is whatever. Yeah. And she gets under the blanket and she's right here. Well, then he struggles. He gets his phone. He comes back. And then he takes selfies of her in his arms.
That right there.
There is the problem.
That is the problem that I had. All this stuff, speculation, this and that. He's being victimized. He's being victimized. He's in Katie's grasp. He turned in that moment to me very predatory. That was a very predatory thing.
Something he could have.
I don't think I ever in my life, and I'm going through real quick, all through, my situations, those that I can remember in my life. I don't think I ever reached for a phone and took a selfie of any female that she wasn't aware of it. Does that make sense?
And Sean, he's not trying to be a white knight, but this is the truth. He says he did not like being with a girl that was intoxicated.
Yeah, I mean, and so I don't. There'd be it's just never been a good thing. Way back in the college days, it's just not fun. It's not fun. It's not a good time. But, so this guy in my eyes was someone who didn't look very healthy, that was, hanging out with Katie and was, and then when the wife or whoever called, I felt like this guy was being victimized. He was his own decisions, right? This is his own choice, but he had no idea what he was biting off, in my opinion. All the way up until I see him reach over. Yeah. I don't care if it's Katie. I don't care who it is. I don't care who it is. When they're passed out in that position, for any dude to grab a camera, a phone, and take pictures like that is
because she was passed out.
Yeah, that to me, I was like, whatever you got coming to your way, buddy. You deserve it.
Yes, Jocelyn. And Jocelyn, it's interesting that you said that. I am absolutely in shock at how much Katie can drink.
Yeah.
First of all, she's had the same surgery that I have, and I was an alcoholic too. Watching her continue to drink after they were both blackout, and she even said I blacked out at some point and told when it was today. I have never, ever, ever.
And you made that point last
someone
night.
Drink. Is they cracked open a 1.75 of Svedka vodka and drank the whole thing. They were mixing it with Capri Suns. Look, I've been there. You don't have anything else to mix it with. You just grab some juicy juice.
There, that was that's Katie's.
I can't either.
That's where Katie's king of the hill, and you could see her dragging this guy to the lair and then getting him fuckered up beyond all recognition, and then and I was with him. I was like, dude, you are the Black Widow is coming in and gonna suck everything until he pulled the phone out. And then I was like, whatever you got, get it.
He said he drove her home night before last when she decided she wanted to go to the bar and took an Uber to the bar. He says that he drove her home because he was working. I don't think he's been home since.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think he's been home since.
I don't think so.
It looked today like she was super uncomfortable, like maybe she was still way hungover, or she was taking some shit through text message. I don't know, but she wasn't really.
Like when she came to this morning, there was a lot in her inbox. Something like that. That there had been, her mods were like, dude, or she was trying to piece together exactly what had happened.
Exactly. Hey, Presley. Jan, I'm doubting she would party with you. I don't know who you're talking about, but yeah, I doubt she would party with me either because I don't drink.
Right.
I'm sober, so I don't.
Yeah.
She
And
probably wouldn't want to have fun with
Katie,
me.
Katie is the kind of person that will party with anybody that'll give her any attention, first of all. She spends 95% of her life in a garage, talking to a camera, drinking.
Yes, Kelly. And when I was actively drinking, especially like when I was an army wife, my friends, I always picked friends that drank as much as I did because I didn't want to be judged. And if you told me you didn't drink, I was like, did you have a problem? No, I just don't drink. Yeah, okay. You know what I mean? Like you hang out with people, and when you find a friend who drinks every bit as much as you do without, then that's really someone you want to drink with. You know what I mean?
Yep. And what did you say happened when you got sober?
All these friends that I thought were my best friends, they'd never leave me. They loved, and of course this was like mainly in Virginia, because that was the last duty station before I came home, and they fell off. They didn't have any interest anymore. They tried, but they lost touch, and they tried to say, no, you're not an alcoholic. And I'm like, it's okay. I'm not judging you. You do you, but I need to get in. Eventually, they just, it fell off.
I want to save my life.
Right.
So that the most important thing is my life and my family and my people. When we first got together, when we broached that issue and you said to me, I don't mind if you have a beer or two or you can drink or whatever, it never was a question to me that I was not going to do that.
And that was very cool.
I mean,
it was very cool.
It was very natural for me to be like, I rock with you sober. We've had a good time sober. I've met you sober, and that's how I want it to be. And there's never going to be a time. And there hasn't been any temptation left for me to have a drink. I don't miss it because the love of my life is sober. And it's really weird because I kind of, my last relationship stayed high a lot. I was a social drinker, smoked a lot of weed, and I stopped smoking weed and met Mandi, and now my life is complete, and it's complete sober. And that's not going against anybody that smokes or drinks or whatever, because I just don't judge. But for me and her, it's sober life.
Yeah, thank you.
It is.
Thank you, Paula. I adore him too, and we like to stay really connected. Even like if I take a Benadryl or something, and I don't take them as often as I used to, but like if I take a Benadryl and get a little, we don't like that feeling between us.
No, I don't. I like the connection. I mean, let's.
Hey, Annalie.
We keep it a buck, though. I mean, if we have to take, we have to take the medicines that our doctor says that we need to take, we can take them.
Yeah, but those don't alter.
No.
Those aren't.
It's the Be Good pills.
Yeah, they're the big. I said, let's just ditch the Paxil. Let me just throw it in the garbage.
Yeah, she goes, I think I'm ready to get off Paxil cold turkey. And I'm like, no.
Yeah, there's no way. I've been on it for years.
We're not doing that.
Yeah, no, but it's funny when I say it because he's like.
We had a scenario in our relationship, and we didn't realize it's when your prescription was off and you were either taking too much or too little.
When I transferred doctors here, the Paxil, I guess I take 40 milligrams, so I do, but I didn't know because I didn't have when they said 20 milligrams, I said, yeah, that sounds right. So she prescribed it, and I was taking it for a couple of weeks, and I just I got really upset. I would cry
very
easily,
emotional,
and I had no idea why. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then it occurred to me when I went to take it, I cross-referenced it on an old bottle that was empty, and I was like, I'm supposed to be taking 40 milligrams.
Yeah. And I remember when that first happened, I was, I didn't know why. And I thought maybe the move to Georgia was not what she wanted. There's a lot of things because we were fairly new here.
Yeah.
It'd only been a few months here. I think we were still at my parents' house. So I didn't know how to comfort her. I didn't know what right looked like. And then we figured out that it was just because
it was
of
yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess, even if I wanted to take less, you got to taper. You can't just one day cut it in half and start whatever. But anyway, so that was interesting. And then I took the right one. And
So I with Depakote. I took Depakote for a long time,
Yes, Presley.
and I kind of weaned myself off of Depakote. I didn't need it in this relationship. I needed Depakote, which is a mood stabilizer, and a lot of weed in the last one to keep from. I really,
Thank you,
I can
Kelly.
say on the outward that I had to do it. I did it to keep sanity, but really I took the mood stabilizer, smoked a lot of weed to not face reality, not to face what was really right there in that house with me. I took a lot of, I smoked a lot and took mood stabilizers to not do what I had to do, which was to be healthy, because I could never be healthy with her.
Yeah.
There's no way I could.
It's just a
In
bad
order for me to be
situation.
a partner, I had to stay kind of altered. I don't need to do that now. I don't have to do that at all.
Yeah. You know, it's okay to have drinks and it's okay to be sober, but when you abuse alcohol and meds, it's not okay. I'd rather be sober. If you need alcohol and drugs to function, you need help. Yeah. And Katie is a piece of work, but this is not who Katie is. This, the way that she's behaving, the anger, all of this, you know, it's not who she is.
Yeah.
I mean,
we've seen Katie, like Katie or hate Katie, and you've been friends with her.
yeah, I would know. Yeah.
She does have a bullish,
Right.
a bullish personality. She is she's a grinder, but she's not right now. Right now, she's just doing what she can to keep breathing,
It's very sick.
and
Yeah.
it's not good.
Not at all. It's so hard to listen to Leonard Skinner without a bone and a beer.
It's true.
What's a bone?
A joint.
How many different names are there for that?
There's a lot.
I've never heard that one.
And the thing is that
Yes.
for those, because we have a lot of people in our chat that smoke. I have I'm a huge advocate of marijuana, medicinally, I guess it is. There's a place for it. It's just I just Mandy and I, when Mandy is connected to me without it, I have nothing against it. Nothing at all. And I do miss that a little, but very, very, very rarely. And that's just like I said, riding to work, and you can't ride to work and Leonard Skinner comes on or something, it's a throwback to 20 years ago. And that's what I mean by I miss the days. I don't miss.
Thank you,
I don't miss it in my future. I miss it in my past.
Yeah.
Because I had a lot of good memories. I don't miss it going forward.
Well, when like a lot of the vlogs that, like I said, you guys, I didn't know that he had a past with anything. I didn't know he smoked weed. I guess I'm the only one in the community that didn't know that, but I had no idea. I wasn't upset about it, but I had no idea. So some of the vlogs, when we would be like glancing at his old vlogs, he'd be like, hey, I'm pretty baked.
Yeah, I remember doing the vlog and I remember the response, but like my life around me, my life, it was very blurry.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, the whole.
Was it when you woke up?
What do you mean?
Like would you smoke right when you woke up?
Sometimes, yeah. My day kind of started because I work thirds, so I spent a lot of time during the day sleeping. So yeah, if I had to be to work at say 10 o'clock at night, I might roll out of bed about 4 in the afternoon, and get real high, and then I have like 4 hours to do whatever, and then go to work. So I'd go to work by like 10, and I'd work like 10 to 7, and yeah. But I mean, or even fishing. But
you said everybody's.
Oh yeah, everybody on the pier.
beach?
Well, all the locals that I fished with, we were all sitting on the pier. Just picture it, guys, or the guys that are here, or whatever. If you're into fishing, a Saturday night of going to the club and drinking or getting messed up, or a Saturday night of sitting on a fishing pier with the waves, fishing all night, smoking a pipe or smoking whatever, and just vibing with dudes while you're all fishing at the ocean. I did that quite a bit. I don't regret a single bit of that. I had a good time. But the bottom line is I did that to separate myself from what I had to deal with at home. It was pretty outrageous. It was pretty outrageous. So
Sarah says she loves going fishing stoned. I've heard it's the best.
I mean, you just gotta concentrate. Like when the fish bites, you just don't rip its lips off. Don't pull too hard, because you're like concentrating. You get a bite, but
Oh my God! And Beast, I know you're probably watching because you're back to watching us again. But There's we kind of topped out at 100, a little less now, but if you'll take a glance through the chat here, not one person, and we've got all different types, disagrees that living with you was pure hell. And so, like, you can say whatever you want to about Sean or this or that or me, but everyone here that watched you says that it must have been absolute hell on earth to live with you.
Well, you stay high. I mean, just stay
keep
real high.
Put that feather in your cap when you're looking for your person.
Yeah. Go to the VA doctor if you need to. Get mood stabilizers to go with the weed. And
I do like to. I have to. Ooh, I had a cramp. I do have to be honest. I do like to fish at the ocean. I like to mostly just walk. Well, I guess so. That's kind of a misnomer. Yes, I like to go fishing on the pier with him and sit by him and watch and walk back and forth and see what people are catching.
Yes, and it's walk very back and relaxing. Forth and see what else is in the gift shop.
Yeah, that too. But I do find it relaxing to walk along the pier. Everybody's doing their own thing. There's every race, creed.
Yes.
There's ages. There's all different ages. I saw a 10-year-old boy that
he was a pro out there.
He took a fit. He was a cute little tan boy. Like, he was probably 10 or so. He was cute as a bug. And he had his little beach curl hair and he had his boots on.
You could tell he grew up on that pier.
He caught a fish. He took it. He looked at it. He was like, Dad. And he was like, bait. Got it all ready.
Cleaned it all up. And,
that was pretty cool.
And then when we were leaving, and I was talking to Mandi and I was like, that kid's entire life has been on the pier. You can tell at 12 years old or whatever, however old he was at home there.
And that's when we were kind of like, that was the time we looked at it and we're like, we want one of those. A little.
Yeah, we want.
You know what I mean?
We'd like to have our own that we raise.
But I mean, he was so cool. Like, he was just a laid back kid and didn't mind getting dirty and had his little fishing boots on.
There's a whole bunch of those in North Carolina at like Seaview Pier. Those of y'all that have been to Topsail Beach, it's Seaview Pier.
Miss Jane.
Not so much Surf City, that's a good pier, and then the Jolly Rogers on the south end. But my pier was the Seaview Pier, and if there was a good chance that I was going to know at any given time, any hour, especially at night, that I was going to know a couple, 2-3 people there, and that the other people knew that there was a decent chance they'd see me there. And that was probably how it was for about 3 years.
Yeah.
And so I called the pier my church, and it really, really kept me sane.
Did she ever come out and find you on the pier?
Yeah. Oh,
she would
every
to
once
pick
in
a
while.
fight?
But she understood when she came out there that all eyes were like, leave him a fuck alone.
Yeah,
he's just coming out here. He's not bothering you. He's here fishing. Get out of here. And she did.
Yeah.
And she did. And I'm telling you, there was North Topsail cops that would come out on the pier like they're working night shift, and they'd come out and walk on the pier, just to make the rounds, and it would make me, I'd be like, oh shit, because I didn't know if they were coming to talk to me.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know if she was off doing some bullshit and they were coming to find me to have to talk to me. I don't think that ever happened on the pier though.
So it sounds like Jan says all you was doing is smoking dope fishing.
For a while, yeah. I mean, I had just been retired. I retired in 2012. I moved there in 2013. And I was trying to figure out my retired life, how to spend time with my kids and not deal with the lunacy that I was in. And the pier, and I didn't have to smoke while I was on the pier, but the pier ended up being kind of my, it's like a white noise machine. The waves are crashing, and you're just kind of, the moon is out, and you're just sane. You're sane. You're finding your center. And then sometimes the fish were biting. And then that was awesome.
You know how I get so easily embarrassed about like intimate things or whatever? I will say when your hotel room is on the beach and you open the door and you can hear the waves, the sex is amazing.
It's amazing.
I'm just saying, I don't ever say that. I get like, but it is. So I was like, yeah, we need to find a beach house.
I want you to repeat that.
I can't repeat it. Presley says 40 days, 21 hours, and 25 minutes till opening day.
That's right.
Go Cubs, go Braves.
Yeah.
She was a little bit nasty today. She was my little AirPod listening while I was getting ready, and I was like, oh, she's very displeased with you, Sean.
And I can always tell when Mandi is listening with her AirPods because she talks a little louder than she normally does.
I was like, oh, it's about us today. It's our turn. Oh, and then she loves Clint. It's she hates you, hates me, loves Clint, and there's a big conspiracy. Everybody's stealing everybody's nudes.
Yeah. We don't have, nobody has to steal your nudes. It's you just
right,
Google.
Sarah?
Just Google the name.
Exactly. She's like, I don't think that one got released. I think that one was. Let me tell you something. They're all from there.
Google.
Liam. COVID boyfriend was not in that picture. It was Liam.
Google.
Google bought your. Google has your. You'll never get rid of him too.
It's like Google is like Encyclopedia Britannica.
She'll have a grandchild or whatever, and the grandchild will come over and be like, "I was on the internet." Your choo-choos and your cha-chas were.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So Karen says her husband's happy place is fishing, all kinds of fishing. It centers him, and he loves it. When he goes and brings me home fish, I say don't come home without fish. That's what my son started doing.
Yeah.
He had anxiety and he didn't want to take medication, and he taught himself to fish.
Yeah, it is a really, really good way. You know, it's like fishing, say on a lake, that's fishing. But fishing on the ocean, you've got the fishing aspect and you've got the white noise of the water. It's amazing. And I would have fished more on the beach behind my condo if it wasn't so close to, you know, the pier was at least 2 miles away. But there was many nights where, you know, I didn't want to go to the pier. I had to do whatever. I would just get my little folding chair and like a beer and just grab my stuff and go out into the surf. I was pretty good at fishing in the surf too.
Aww. Sarah got her granddaughter a pink fishing pole. I have a pink fishing pole. We haven't used it yet. We need to go fishing.
We do.
I'm trying to. Okay, I'm trying to figure out. Oh, that they might be talking about SCX. Let's see.
We can talk about that.
No. They can't know that we do that like rabbits. I love fishing. We go a lot in the spring and summer. I take my grandkids, and it's so relaxing. Make it TV friendly. Yeah. And then nothing like beer, dope, and fish with your buddies.
It's true.
But they weren't allowed to have beer on the pier.
You couldn't have beer on the pier.
But people brought alcohol.
So what you would do is if you had it in your cooler, you kind of wheeled it. It's not like they checked everybody's cooler, but you couldn't sit there with a beer in your hand. So you had like beer in the cooler, and then you have like a styrofoam cup, and you would just open the beer down in the cooler and pour it, and just drop the empty, bottle there, and you just keep it in a styrofoam cup. Nobody knew. Every so often they'd have to. But
did you take beer?
No, I wasn't a big drinker.
That wouldn't be your big thing.
I wasn't a big deal. I mean, there's nothing like a cold beer right after you smoke, like one beer, just because you get the cotton mouth and everything. Mm-hmm. Beer is real good for that.
It is?
Oh yeah, that's probably the best beer that you're gonna taste is right after.
That was the hardest thing for me to get used to when I got sober, is not drinking a beer while I was barbecuing.
Yeah. That
was hard to get used to, I have to admit.
Beer on a cottonmouth, that beer was pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm going to go lay down. Have a good night, Presley. I hope you're feeling better, and I hope you keep feeling better.
We've got baseball to watch, girl, and catch up on.
Yeah.
We've got that.
It's coming. Did anybody watch the All-Star games last night? They did team captains and
yeah, the NBA All-Star game. It was the first year that they knew the starters, and they knew the starters for each team, but then all the other All-Stars, the captains of the team picked them, just like in the schoolyard. So that was kind of cool, I thought. And Max McClung, the guy who won the slam dunk contest, he's like a 6 foot dude that's not even in the NBA. He's in the developmental league, and because people they kind of wrote him in, they were like, he needs to be in it. So he came from the D League and he won the slam dunk contest. That was kind of a cool thing too.
Yeah.
But
we they did, so they kind of did the team they did do team captains with the whatever, and I was like, man, this takes me back to like junior high when captains.
They were
nobody ever picked me for any sports.
But they were like,
did you get picked?
Of course.
You were the first one to get picked?
I was a captain of the fishing team too.
No, you weren't. You didn't fish in high school, I thought.
I did. I grew up fishing when I was a little kid, like on the golf course ponds and stuff.
Oh, right.
And then when I got into high school, I didn't fish as much because, of other things, but I still fished some.
Yeah, you got into other things.
Yes, what did I get into?
You got into chase and skirt.
Skirt?
Isn't that what they call it?
Yeah, something like that.
Anyways, see, now I'm going to be late.
What's up?
I'm thirsty.
Yeah.
On that note. But no, but like.
But I mean, overall, here it is Monday. I didn't work today. This weekend was highly eventful, and if you add the court case today, Monday's like a big court day. So you got to the wrap up kind of nicely. Sam's over there gassing her girlfriend up to go to court to get embarrassed, and so that's kind of what Sam does. We wanted to point that out as she gets in people's ears, and so there was that since the last time we were live. Never lose in court, right? Never lose, but your girlfriend does. You'll never lose in court, but you hang her out to dry. Yeah,
that's her. That's how she does it.
That's what she does.
She'll say, "This is a complete. This is a slam dunk. You've got them saying this, this, and this, and this, and this, and that. You got, but the intent is where it falls apart. Right.
The intent and the intent and the legitimacy of it. You got a couple people yelling at each other on YouTube and threatening each other on YouTube. The judge probably says, the judge probably said something along this, I can't grant a protective order if all you have to do is not listen to it. All you have to do, but I make my livelihood on YouTube. Well, block them.
And it wasn't true. They weren't afraid of anything.
No,
they weren't afraid
that's
of
it. That's the other thing. The legitimate, are you scared? Are you afraid of what somebody may do to you? And that's where the domestic... I've sat in court and listened to other cases waiting for ours, and they try to establish, like, if it's over a car or over, like, somebody was painting their house and they get in an argument over it, and they just say, you have a professional relationship, there's no reason for you guys to cross paths again, then don't. It's that easy. It's when there's children involved, or there's relatives involved, or it's somebody that you lawfully are allowed to share a house with, where they have to say, no, you can't be here. That's where they grant these things, where they have to legally tell people that they can't be, they can't have joint domicile, or they can't coexist, because that's where they get into
I
it.
wonder if she filed all this bullshit in her civilian life. I mean, I know she's got like 20 small claims cases. Most of them, she was the defendant in those. But like, did she just randomly...
Talking about Sam?
Yeah.
She's a cop caller.
Yeah, well, we know that.
She's a cop caller. She wants to sit there and slander the cops. You've seen that, She
It's
has
first
called...
people she calls, though.
She calls them, calls them pigs and all other kinds of names or whatever. But she's the first people she's going to call, instead of... She runs her mouth and writes a big old check that she can't back up. She'll figure out a way to run to the police and get protection.
Oh,
it's a lot like my ex-wife. She does the same thing. But Sam is a cop caller first and foremost.
Yeah. Oh yeah, always has been. So yeah, that was my main question. Is it was like, I wonder if this was always a thing that she did or whatever. I know that. Yeah, I know that it has not been good for Yaba being with her.
No, her life is not.
We've watched her.
If you look at what Yaba was doing before Sam came into her life, her channel was growing, and it was growing, albeit making fun of Chantel. Yeah, but there wasn't a whole lot of excess drama going on in her life, and even before they were together as an item, whenever Yaba would duck into the DC and try to start some shit, she'd get her ass kicked. She'd scuttle back to her popular channel. She'd cut ties with everyone that had kicked her ass and said that, I don't want to do the drama. And she would continue with her channel, which was pretty good, pretty successful. Sam has come into her life. Sam's built the channels, leached off of her to build her subscribers. And Yaba's slowly gotten into more and more and more controversy, more and more bullshit over the last couple years.
So this is an hour ago. DC posted this on, I guess, like to their what do you call it? Their renegades, or whatever you call it.
The renegades.
What is HFIC? What does that stand for? It looks like it's supposed to be her. She's still got that big old forehead. It's supposed to be like her title, I guess, for the renegades. I don't know. It says that everyone.
Oh, you mean Buns?
Yeah.
Buns with the 5 head going?
Yeah. At everyone. And your new little troll channel is stupid. everyone, there will be an official statement made by Yaba and Sam this evening. After the announcement, any conversation of negs in DC will not be allowed. I bet not.
I bet not.
They whooped your ass in court.
That's right.
They're
Good one, Buns. So what the statement is going to be is, we did not get what we want. We got our ass handed to us. Therefore, we will not perpetrate our ass whooping anymore.
So it will not be tolerated.
It will not be tolerated. And if you have anything to say about the ass whooping that we took in court, you just don't come into the stream. Something like that.
Yeah, they're too embarrassed to face any of that.
We don't want to answer any questions about how we were full of crap during the whole thing.
We won't answer any questions. It's like when they come out, I have a statement, no questions.
That's right. But you said this. I throw them out.
Listen, Sean used to be a public affairs officer in a war zone, but he could probably give you some ideas on how to
worst thing that you can possibly say, contrary to popular belief, the worst statement you can always say is, "I have no comment."
That's what I've heard.
That's the worst thing you can say. Have something. Have some kind of talking points about why you got your ass handed to you. You know, at least tell people something.
What you learned.
And what you learned from it. But, you know, at least have a statement for other than, because everyone understands that you got your ass kicked. They get that. They want you to soften that blow a little bit for them, to make them understand why you're not the badass that you said that you were. It's like a boxer that you know, goes into the ring saying that he's going to kick this guy's butt and he ends up getting knocked out. You got to tell the people something after that happens. You can't just walk away.
Someone tell me what HFIC means. Some of you, anybody who's familiar with something F in charge, head something in charge.
Oh, head bitch in charge or something?
No, it's F.
Probably.
Head fatty in charge or something?
Head, might be.
Is it head fatty in charge?
Head fucker in charge or something
That's what I figured. So head fatty in charge. Well, they named that one right, Buns.
And the only reason that we come for Buns like that is that I don't understand how she can go after. She comes after people in a nasty way, and then so everybody's like, "Yeah, but you're a prostitute. You're a convicted prostitute." You know, she goes after people's their weight when she's bigger than anybody that she's going after. She goes after people's looks, and she doesn't look like it makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to me. So,
no, but y'all stand by for the statement.
Yeah, we can someone pass it along to us because they got us all blocked.
And I mean, the ignoring didn't work, and then I was like, oh my gosh, there's some people that also agree with me that you're a piece of work, Sam, and they like to give receipts and give things, and they like to hear you being held accountable for your bullshit. And I'm having fun.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, look,
I'm having good fun.
It is what we're getting at a lot is like people.
They're tired of your bullshit.
People just live well enough alone because they keep you in their peripheral vision because you're such a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
And they're happy that there's a couple of YouTubers over here that have gone a few laps with you, and we're not afraid of you, and we're gonna keep coming at you. And
like I said this in a thing today because Yaba was a very angry elf and said some things, and I saw if you want to talk to us, yes, Terry, if you want to talk to us, if you and Yaba want to go on panel, like you and Yaba on one, and
Casey,
and then Sean and I will be there. The thing is, you've got to both be on camera, sitting together, no green screen, and you cannot scream. So I promise I'll be good. I won't talk over anybody. Sean certainly won't. He doesn't do that. But that way we can maybe talk. Ratings would be great. We'll do it on your channel.
But I mean, I was thinking we needed somebody to moderate it or something like that. But
that's them's the rules. You got to both be on camera next to each other. No green screen and no screaming.
Terry said, wait, was that why they were not on today? Probably. Yep.
So there's other stuff down the pipeline where there's going to be some more people that look silly, but that
it was an eventful weekend.
Yeah, that's under wraps
Katie,
for now.
I got to say to Katie, whether you like her or hate her, that was interesting. I mean, you can't really get around the fact that
Well, she took the bartender home.
Yeah, but we think he was the bartender. We're not sure.
Right.
She took him home, and it was whatever. But the fact that they're both two pretty sick people, that kind of takes away. You can't really, in good conscience, but it was entertaining. I was pulling for old dude until he pulled out his camera and took selfies.
Took some selfies.
I can't believe that he thought that the camera was still running when he did it.
He is living with Katie since she took them home. That's what I was thinking. That's what it appears to be.
It seems like it's Monday. I think it was Saturday night.
She's got another one that has some serious abandonment issues. She likes for people to stay with her.
What about damn Doug?
Doug, you're looking bad.
Okay. So before we go, I was saying to Mandi, I said, I know when I was over there, she took a lot of stuff, and she was always online, and there was these little things that she was saying to other dudes, but I don't ever remember her bringing somebody home like that. And
not that she's ever showed us.
No, not that like that when I was still there. And then you mentioned Gerald Jackson. Yeah. And I said, well, okay, maybe Gerald Jackson would have been, but there wasn't any like getting messed up and then a shot of them like doing anything. Not like last night. And I just kept thinking, how can Doug stay around for this? I mean, after this, but he stayed around after Steven. And hell, we saw a little BJ. We saw BJ there.
I still didn't see it go. I mean, I saw the motion, but I didn't actually see it. But everybody else did, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know.
I know.
Anyway, that's crazy. So I am kind of interested in what Doug's next move is, or how he shows up and how he counters this.
Really? Have you seen Gerald's numbers lately? He's insanely high. So he's doing good.
He was always a really good. Where is he? Is he on like?
We were wondering about that.
Yeah, because he's been to jail a couple times. Remember, he got out of jail, and then 10 days after he was out of jail, he threatened an attorney out on the courthouse and got thrown back into jail. And I'm going to tell you guys, I'm going to tell you something. And I don't care one way or the other, but if you guys don't think that he liked me more than he liked her, you should go back and revisit that. The end state with that is that the dude, I think he might like guys. He probably likes guys. I think he liked me more than he liked her. And I'm just going to leave it at that. But really, what platform is he on? He does religious things.
They said YouTube.
Really?
He's found God again, right?
Yeah, if he was in a church or something. But he was a guy that he's pathological too, and he gets people to believe whatever.
Terry said she's just curious. Have you dated Katie before?
Have I dated her? I've heard that she says she likes me. I've heard that. She used to. Yeah.
She used to think he was hot.
She used to say that all the time. Said it to you when we were on panel, right?
Yeah. You guys have a great night.
Have a good night.
I'm going to go to bed.
We had fun today.
We did. And it's going to be, it's a whole new world. Stay tuned. Hang on. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel, his channel, this channel.
Well, I got to do something with my channel before.
Well, they will. It's going to get fun. And a lot more stuff is unfolding here in the near future. Y'all have a fantastic night. Bye.
See you.